Overnight, the FAA taking the unprecedented move of shutting down airspace to drones over parts of New York and New Jersey due to special security concerns. The ban is meant to police the skies above critical infrastructure. It will last through most of January. Stretches of both states are now considered national defense airspace. The drone ban over President-elect Donald Trump's Bedminster Golf Club has also been extended through the end of January. Officials warn that flying a drone without government permission in these areas is illegal, and authorities may use deadly force against any drones that pose an imminent security threat.
This drone situation is getting absolutely out of control. And look, let's be honest, it's been out of control since day one. The moment one of these mysterious drones flew over 1 inch of American soil, the problem was already out of control. And still, nothing has been done about it. And it's clear that this is not a situation that you can just turn your head and look away from and hope that it goes away. So many people want to bury their head in the sand and not worry about this problem, and that's why things are getting worse. And now we're at a point where a lot of the areas where these drones were flying over in New Jersey, all of a sudden, mysteriously, the water supply is messed up. The water is all of a sudden discolored. It stinks. It tastes like nail polish. And there's an investigation going on to figure out what went wrong or what's going on with the water. And there's no official ties to the drones yet. But I can't help but wonder, hey, is the drones responsible for this? Because we have started seeing reports that the drones are spraying something or they're dropping things out of the sky. Now, I've seen a couple of the videos floating online, and some of them are fake. You got to be very careful what you believe. But it's not far-fetched to think that maybe these drones are releasing some sort of chemicals or maybe even something worse, right? Well, I don't see why people would think that's impossible. And the fact that they've been flying over water reservoirs and stuff like that, I find it very concerning. Now, we've seen so many different videos of these drones, and I knew it was only a matter of time before we really started hearing from more people. And I'm not just talking about the video clips you're seeing online. I mean, I knew it was only a matter of time before people started gaining more courage to come out and speak out about things they've seen. Because a lot of people will write you off as crazy, or, oh man, you must be high or drunk when you see this or see that. You know what I mean? But now it's kind of confirmed. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who have seen crazy things who have questioned themselves, who are now like, wait, now that all of this is out there, I feel more comfortable coming forward and telling people about things that I've seen. And this is definitely the case right now, because now we got people coming forward claiming that they've seen weird things for a while. There's even a detective, an NYPD detective or former detective, that has now come out stating that he saw one of these drones dropping something weird in Staten Island. Now, like I said, there's a lot of fake videos out there of drones spraying stuff and stuff like that, right? And also, I think we're at a point in time where a lot of people are worried. No one has answers. People are freaking out. Some people are seeing things. Some people are mistaking other things as drones. But I also think there's a lot of really real, weird stuff going on. And, a lot of people are hesitant to believe the average person. But do you think, would you be more likely to believe someone who's spent their whole life, as a detective in law enforcement? Would you take their word as more credible than the random average person on the street? I mean, me, not necessarily, but I know for a lot of people, they think that, hey, you got a badge or you're a former officer of law enforcement, then you're obviously more credible than the average person. So we got an NYPD retired detective claiming that drones are dropping strange glowing objects in Staten Island. So, do we believe him? Who am I to say he's lying? Let's go ahead and dive into this and find out what's going on here. A drone dropped a mysterious glowing object over a Staten Island neighborhood, and the NYPD took the matter seriously enough to do 4 flybys over the area, according to a retired NYPD detective who reported the strange scene. The alarming sight unfolded around 6:15 a.m. on December 14th while John Scotto was having his morning cigarette. I said it was an object with a small white light, said Scotto, 59, who was sitting on his porch when a 7-foot-long, 2-foot-wide rectangular drone pulled up over the treetops of thick woods just across the street. Scotto, who retired from the NYPD in 2006, said the drone had white, red, and green flashing lights and moved very slowly, no faster than about 20 miles an hour. Whatever dropped out the drone, Scotto said, had a white light on it, and it was gone in a flash. It dropped out of the drone and went straight towards the ground really fast. It just immediately dropped and was out of sight. The large drone then hovered above his home momentarily, clearing his roof by just about 20 feet before disappearing into the distance. Based on the size of it, I'm sure it was a military drone. Scotto says it was no toy. He then called 911 to report the fallen object, and within 15 minutes, the NYPD was on the scene, but unsure how to handle the matter. They said there's really no procedure on this. An NYPD helicopter soon arrived and passed over the woods 4 times. The descending object spotted by Scotto added another layer of mystery to the recent drone sightings over New Jersey and New York, which federal officials have downplayed. Alarming drone sightings in New York and New Jersey started over a month ago. The federal government has insisted the drones are actually misidentified manned aircraft like helicopters and single-engine planes. They've also said that they pose no threat to people, despite claiming they don't know what exactly they are. On Thursday, the FAA temporarily restricted drone flights over 21 cities in New Jersey and another 30 cities in New York. I was angry more than anything else because the government is lying, said Scotto. I was pissed. They're telling people they didn't see drones in the sky, and the lame excuses they were giving them, it made me angry. Scotto said he spent 90 minutes extensively searching those woods, determined to find the fallen object, only to come away with scratches on his legs, a couple of golf balls, and a bunch of baseballs kids had lost. Scotto said he suspects the drones that have been cluttering the night skies were busy scouring the region, looking for some potential threat. He said he believes the implementation of FAA restrictions is a good sign. Maybe they completed their objective. I'm hopeful this is the case, and whatever the threat was is now addressed. So, you heard it from him, folks, not me. Even though you kind of heard it from me, but I was reading his words, but you get it, right? Anyway, imagine that. You wake up, 6:15 a.m., sun's not even all the way out yet, it's kind of cold and chilly. You're kind of shivering, smoking a cigarette on your back porch. Next thing you know, a drone slowly flies over, drops a glowing object in the woods, and then proceeds to fly over your house, just about 20 feet over your house. I would freak out. I definitely would freak out. I wonder what that glowing object could be. But the most disappointing thing to me is, this retired detective, he says that he's frustrated that we're being lied to about these drones. But then he goes on to kind of say, yeah, I hope that this is, our government. I hope they've completed their mission. Hopefully they're looking for some type of threat. Do you think a drone would be flying? You think the government is flying drones outside of your house, dropping glowing objects in the woods to help you or to protect you from some sort of threat? You could tell that even though he's very skeptical, and even though he's claiming to have seen one of these things for himself, he's still not ready to accept that he's all the way being lied to. And he still wants to go with the it's a nuclear sniffing drone narrative. And listen, there's so many possibilities out there, but I want to warn people from falling into the theories that seem as if they've been kind of put out there by our own government. I don't think these drones are here to help us. And, if they're sniffing out nukes, then why are they all around the world? This is not a problem that's just happening in New Jersey. But you could tell that he's kind of going along with that theory. And even though he's questioning things, even though he saw one of these things for himself, he still wants to believe, oh, it's daddy government. It's daddy government. Hopefully the mission is over. They completed their objective and they found what they were looking for and they neutralized the threat. Oh, gee golly. You know what I mean? This isn't the Andy Griffith show. This is real life. These things aren't here to help you. Okay? What they're here for, I don't know. But it's not here to help you. It's here to help someone else, maybe. I don't even know, if they drop the glowing orb out of the sky into the woods, what is that going to do to protect you? I don't know. But yeah, as far as these things dropping things, that kind of creeps me out because, over in New Jersey, we got the water supply going bad. And we got reports of people experiencing health issues in other areas where drones are reported. And some people are saying they have this metallic taste in the air. So I don't know what in the heck is going on here. But you let me know what you think down in the comments below. Do you believe this guy? Like I said, because he's a retired NYPD detective, people will be more likely to believe, his firsthand account of things as opposed to a regular person's. But I'm not believing everything that I'm hearing and seeing, but I do believe a lot of it. And as of right now, I have no reason not to believe this guy, especially because we know there's a lot of weird stuff going on out here. But if you want to nip this in the bud and not have this issue where people are, questioning things and coming up with their own theories, you could give us an answer, that makes sense, but they refuse to do that. Instead, it appears to me as if the powers that be, our government, is basically, I don't know, I think they like the fact that people are confused. I think that they're adding to the confusion, maybe even purposely. But for now, drop your thoughts in the comments. While you're down there, hit the thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next video.